Hi everyone, it's Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've never done embossing before, and I just started this week. Thanks to my friend Colleen, who, hello kitty, do you want to say hi too? Apparently she does. Gifted me some embossing powders, and so I want to do some embossing now on video to show you. I've done a few other pieces, nothing fantastic, just kind of just like testing it and seeing what I can do. So this is an emboss of one of my new stamps, my new foam stamps that are now available at pmartiststudio.com. And here are, this is the other, one of the other stamps, Unraveling Squares. It's a little heart that I did. So I was kind of playing around with stamps and just, you know, doodling, that sort of thing. So like this one, it's not great, but I did a bee stamp and then just kind of did squiggles around. It didn't turn out great, but you know, I learned some things. Don't be sloppy and just take your time and make sure there's enough powder on there. Now this one came out a lot better. These are stamps also available at PM Artist Studio, and this is their, I believe this is the honeybee and this is the bumblebee. I'm not sure, but they're awesome. They come in a couple different sizes. And then around the edge, I went around with the brush pen. It's an embossing pen. I got two of these in a set, and they are, there's a pointed one, a bullet point one, and then there's the brush one. So it gives you two different, you know, options there. And then Colleen also included this ink pad. It's an embossing ink pad. It's clear. And it's all made by Ranger. These are Ranger, but the other ones, I don't know what brand they are. So we'll just say they're generic. I don't know, honestly. So yeah, I like how this turned out. I did this funky leaf stamp. Carrie Griffiths letters stamps. Again, I was a little aggressive, I think, with the embossing ink, and I think I pushed too hard, and then so I got all this like extra stuff around the edges, so it wasn't as clean, but I kind of like it. It's a little grungy. And then this is the eye stencil, or the eye stamp from PM Artist Studio. This one I like. I happened to, this was, okay, so here's the thing. I did this one first. And it was, I think I just pushed too hard on the stamp and the ink kind of just smooshed around. But I like it. It's usable. I just did it on a scrap of manila folder. This one is just on a piece of plain copy paper. I just happened to stamp off the stamp onto this to clean it off. And I said, you know what, there's enough on there. Let me see if I can, you know, we'll emboss that and we'll use that. And it turned out really well. And then this one I did on black card, the gold. I think it's a gold. No, it's platinum. It's this color here. This is liquid platinum. This one is an embossing powder from Ranger. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Hope you can see it better. Yeah, so I think this one came out really, really well. I love that shine. And then I did some moths here. I believe these are the Death Head Moths stamps from PM Artist Studio. And I used the silver on this. And what I did was I stamped here first, and then whatever was left I stamped here. I just wasn't, I don't think I was even with the pressure, because you can see here there's a couple of missed spots, but I like it. I like how it's so much fun. It's addictive already. So okay, those are the ones that I had, you know, been practicing with and what have you. And you know, all my friends, my arty friends have been giving me some really fun tips. And so what I have here is some die cuts that my other friend Maya, she sent me a while ago, and they're so awesome. I really didn't know how to use them, as far as like I didn't want to use them because I wanted to keep them for something special, and this is the something special, because my friend Colleen actually sent me some of these leaves that she embossed. These were cut by Maya, and then these were cut by Colleen, which, you know, it's from the same die cut set. But look at how great, look at how awesome these are. I believe it's painted, just, you know, packaging, chipboard, and then she embossed over it. But look how awesome those are. Really cool texture, great colors, especially for the fall. And so my modus operandi for this video is to introduce and let you know that I'm going to be starting a couple of new junk journals that will be for my Etsy shop, and I'll document it all on video so you guys can come along for the journey. With that being said, I need to make room in the stock room. So if you go over to my Etsy page right now, until Tuesday, I believe the 31st is Tuesday. Well, anyway, it's until October 31st of this month, 2023. If you use the code NURT40, NURT40, and if you're not in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group run by PM Artist Studio, you need to go over there. There's a link in my in the description box below, and you need to go over there and you need to sign up. We have a lot of fun, especially in their live streams, and you know, we come up with funny, weird stuff because that's what we do, and NERT is one of them. And if you don't know, a NERT is a naughty yurt. I have an imaginary yurt. Yes, it's really wonderful. It's magical. And, you know, I often say things in the chat that are a little bit racy. So, you know, my friend Paula, she decided that she's going to be in charge of the naughty chair. So someone misbehaves, she sends them to the naughty chair for a little time out. So this whole yurt conversation came up, and it eventually became the NERT, naughty yurt. So that's just kind of a fun thing that, you know, that just came up organically in the group. But it's such a fun group of people. I highly recommend you go over there and check it out. But yeah, so I need to make room in my Etsy shop for some new stuff. And so I'm going to make 2 new journals, junk journals that will go into the shop, obviously, as soon as they're done. But I want to make room. So I'm offering 40% off anything in the shop. So it can be, you know, any of my printables. It can be any of the journals. I believe there's 3 journals left in the shop. So they are 40% off when you use the code. It's not an advertised sale, so this is special for my subscribers. And I think I've mentioned this before. Now, if I need to, I may extend it, but for now, the promo runs through October 31st, and it is 40% off any single item in the shop or your total purchase, you know, whatever. So yeah, head on over there. The link for my Etsy shop is below in the description box. And, if I remember, I'll flash it up on the screen so you could see it. It's Eddie Makes Art. That is my shop name. And, so yeah, head on over there, use the discount code, and, you know, help a friend out. I appreciate it. So we're going to emboss some stuff today. Like these leaves, and then I have these other cutouts too. So I'll do as much as I can. I'm not going to make this a super long video, but I just wanted to especially do some of these. Like, I want to do the leaves, so we're going to just start with that. Let me move this over to the side. Yeah, there's some cool feathers, leaves, feathers. There's a feather. This is a butterfly, beautiful. And this is a dragonfly. So I want to try and emboss these as a key. And I have some scrap packaging here that I'll use as like a drop cloth, you know, for the powder. So see, I have a couple of leaves. I have some circles here, some circle action. And she was really kind to not take these apart from the card. And she put some green tape on the back. I think it's mint tape is what it's called, just to hold it all together. So she's so super cool. And then this one has a bunch of keys, and I thought it'd be great to emboss this with, you know, like a nice metallic color. And these will be fun in a junk journal, you know, little accents. And then a honeycomb here. So we've got some fun stuff to play with. And then for embossing powders, I have pulled out today. I have a black. I'm trying to stick with the fall, some darker colors, more yellow, golden colors, oranges, cranberries. So I got black. I've got, I don't know the names of these colors because there's nothing on the label, or there's no label on it. But when I did this one the other day, I want to say it's this one, I believe. This is this color here. It's sort of like a, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's like an orange, darker yellow, kind of golden yellow kind of color. I've got a blue. This is like a terracotta, almost like a reddish clay color. Here's a darker green. There's a yellow, white, and I've shown you the liquid platinum embossing powder, and this one is by Ranger. So there's the code on the back if you're interested to look it up. And then this is the cranberry from Ranger, which I think is really, really pretty color. There's the code for that one. And then I grabbed a couple of infusion colors. And if you watch my one of my previous videos where I did swatching with these infusion powders, a subscriber commented that you can mix these powders with your embossing powder to get some cool effects. So let's try it out. Why not? Let's give it a go. And I got my heat gun. I've got some tweezers to help me out here. And I'm going to make some room. I hope you all doing well today. I've been very busy just making and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So I was mentioning earlier, I have some new stamp designs available at the pmartiststudio.com website. And so I believe there are 6 designs out there now. I don't have samples of the other ones to show you just yet. But there's 2 one's called introvert, extrovert, and those are like more squares. And I can't think of the other one right now. I will in a minute, I'm sure. What were the other ones she did? Oh, kernels. They are kind of like tribal kind of design. And they're arched, and they're really cool. I designed them with just pieces of foam that I glued to cardboard, and there's a video for that too, where I show you how I made them and how I use them. So some of these designs, if you've been following me for a while, some of these designs you may have already seen, but now they're in foam stamp form, and they're awesome. So yeah, check those out over there. All right, so what color should we do these leaves? I'm not sure I have my inky ready, or I can use the brush too. We'll see what's easier. Let's do cranberry and maybe some of this here. So I'm just going to open this, but I'm going to do the powdering on 2 separate papers just to make my life a little easier when putting stuff away. Okay, let's just start with 1. Just going to make sure I get all the bits out. Yeah, so I'm plugging along. I'm trying to learn all kinds of new stuff, new techniques, new methods, and over in that group that I mentioned, the Facebook group, the makers, we there's a great community of artists, and there are artists, makers, creators who are at different levels of arting and all that sort of stuff, and they do different techniques, and everybody, so there's a whole I guess you could say ecosystem of talent in this group, and not just talent. They're very generous with time and other things. And so, yeah, I recommend you go over there and check them out. All right, I'm going to stop talking for a minute because I need to focus and make sure I don't spill this stuff everywhere. Make sure I have enough to cover. Yeah, I may need to. I'm not going to worry too much. I just want to do this, though. I just want to get this edge at least because it's bugging me. Put a little bit more. I'm kind of pulling it off too, huh? See, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. This is all learning. All right, let's pick this up. Okay. A little bit in there won't do any harm, right? And I'm glad I have a silicone mat because these are great for doing things like embossing. All right, I will mute this so you don't have to deal with the noise. Yeah, see? Scratch that up. I got a little too aggressive. But not cool. Let's set this to the side here to cool off. What color do we want to do this one? And do just a green, or just to, stay in the same color zone. Maybe let's try these two. This is like the terracotta and then the gold. Here, for this, I'm going to use the pad. Let's see how this works. If it works better. Probably get better, more even coverage. It's hard to see the clear against the white paper. Let's see. Did I get enough on there? We shall see. Let's do opposite now. We'll do the red at the bottom. Come on. Good job, Eddie. Good job. Yeah, not enough on there. So maybe while at it, I'm just gonna add some more with the pen. See what happens. Huh? It's not great, but I don't mind that it's got it's little splotches. It's a learning curve, but it's also fun. It's I do a lot of grunge work, so I think that will work out really well. Not too shabby. Okay, let's set that to the side. All right, what's the next one? Ooh, let's do these circles here. These are fun. I'm trying to gently pull this off so I don't rip anything. I thought about like embossing them while they're still kind of attached but without the tape, and I was like, my luck, they will get completely stuck in there and then it'll, you know, just be a big mess. So I'm not going to do that. There's all kinds of bits and pieces there. All right, so what I'll do, let's see, what's the major one? Oh, I'm gonna get out of there. These, well, maybe I can emboss another day. I'm not gonna do those right now. I'm gonna do the larger pieces. This one, and we'll do that one too. And then I can do it as like a staggered kind of design thing. How about we do let's do some blue. And then the infusion powder, let's add some of this here. This is slate blue. All right, so this one's gonna be interesting. And I may just do this on something a little stiffer. Just because I think this might be a little better for me. Okay, let's see here. We're still in frame. Yep, we're still in frame. Distress pens. Let's see, even got a little groove, a little holder for my pen. I think I just feel more comfortable doing it on the wood. I don't know why, but let's see. Okay, so I have to do these one by one. So I'm trying to get them all done at once. Here's my brush. Powder. They're colored stains. So these are highly pigmented, concentrated powders that you activate with water, or you add, from what I understand, you can add it to acrylic paint, you can add, or acrylic medium to create a unique color. You can add it to alcohol, make a spray dye type of thing. You can even add it to a little spray bottle like that to make your own spray dyes. We'll do that on another video. So here, let's start with this one. Now this will be mixed, this powder and this dye, so I'm not gonna pour it back into the jar because I don't wanna contaminate what's in there. I definitely don't want to pour it back in here. So let's hit it with some of this. I don't know if I'm supposed to mix it first. Honestly, I don't know. So we shall learn together. Set you aside. All right. Fingers crossed. Okay. That is very interesting. Nothing really happened except we got some texture. It may work better on something larger. So I don't know. It's a cool color though. Cool little mix. Let's try this. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more research about that, mixing those powders up. And again, it might be that it needs a larger surface for it to work better. Here's that first ring we did, and this it's cool because it's got a texture. Oh, it's coming off, so gotta be careful. All right, I think the other two I'm just gonna do. Well, lesson I've learned is don't double dip. And it's not as easy working with these little things, these little, the smaller bits. So we're going to have to find a different technique to work with those. But for now, that's what we have. You know what? I'm going to try this on here without the tape. But I'm going to emboss it on here and see how that turns out. You don't know unless you try. So let's do this here. Stamp it nice. And yeah, I made it a little messy, so you know what, maybe we'll pull it out. Embossing powder, feather. Let's try some green. If I could get it open. Yeah, I know I should be working on a flatter piece of paper, but what's done is done. Well, I did not expect that. I wonder if the paint that was on there didn't like the embossing powder. Because she painted it with, there's something on there she painted it with. I think it's just acrylic paint. But let's see. Yeah, so, I'm interested though if I can add more embossing ink to this and add some green. See if that will work. I don't know. Let's use my little, actually I'm going to use the brush pen. The brush pen. And just maybe use it to like accent here and there. Let's see what I can do. I wonder if it's, I mean, the paper shouldn't really be a big deal, although it's a shinier cardstock, but let's see. All right, it's buried. It's buried. Well, I got this. I'm just going to pour this back in here. Let's try and gingerly pick it up. Well, let's see what happens. It's stuck. Let's see what happens once we hit it with the heat gun, though. Well, that worked out better than I had expected it to work out. I'm not going to pick it up because it's a little, wet and hot. But wow. Let's see if I can do it with this. Yeah. You can see it better. But yeah, adding a little more, that worked. Maybe I'll try that with that feather, but that feather has to dry. Because this will stick better. This is a flatter paper. So let's try these. I'm just going to use green powder in case I use it again. I may use that again. All right, and then colors. So for a butterfly, I guess that's a butterfly, yeah. Okay, use some blue. Get the platinum, the liquid platinum, the cranberry. This red business here. Must have the white, black. What if we do black and cranberry? What if? Here, let's get another slip of paper. Oh, and I forgot I got this little tippy thing to hold, so that might even work even better than the tweezers for some things, because this gets like right in there. All right. Flatten this out a little bit. You know what I could use this here. Let's use this a little flatter. Okay. I'm gonna use my embossing pen. I'm trying to think of, as far as coloring it up, where maybe we just do black down the middle. And then maybe some black accents through here. Black. This one. Do the rest. some red on there. I'm going to do it by section so I don't miss any spots because it's drying. One there. Come on. Of course, you know, doing this for the first time on camera, I picked like the most detailed things to emboss, you know, but that's me. All right. Let's move it along, move it along. It's over here. I'm just sitting here thinking I'm quiet because I'm thinking just like people watching this who've been doing this for a while must be dying. I can't wait for the comments. You should have done this. You should have done this. Hilarious. But, you know, like I said before, this is just all learning on the fly. It's how I do things, and I don't mind. That's me. Close this up so it doesn't dry out. Well, guess over here didn't really want a sticky stick. So maybe we can do to this one what we did with the leaf. You know, come back and add another layer into the bare spots of the thing. Yeah, we can emboss that. Well, despite the bare spots, I like it. Definitely on the grungier side. I like that the effect it turned out with the black in the middle. Once it dries, I'll come back and I'll do another color in there. Mix it up. Let's try this feather again. I want to get more of that green. I mean, is it still wet? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not afraid. And just get this, get it done. That's actually kind of cool. That is actually kind of cool. Let's see if I can pick it up like this. Kind of funky, huh? This young man has to dry. And let's do, should we do this feather? Or, yeah, I think we can get this feather done. This is the hardest part is getting an even coating of this embossing ink. This one I'm going to do in the platinum. Get out. All right, let's see how much of it stuck. We'll pick it up here. Looks good, looks good. Let's just move this out of the way. I like that. That's for sure. Look at that. Not mad at all at that one. Can't go wrong with some platinum. That's so cool. Yeah, so coming right along. This is good for good stuff for the journals. And yeah, so I'll be making 2 junk journals for the shop. And just a reminder, if you use code NURT40 at checkout in my Etsy shop, it's a special discount code that's good until October 31st. You get 40% off any item in the store, including the journals in the store. I got 3 junk journals that I've made on video, so you can see how I made them. Those are on my Etsy shop at 40% off. And you do need that code because it's not like a specific shop sale where it's advertised to everybody. This is just a code I give to people like my awesome subscribers like you guys and my friends and stuff. So from me to you. All right. Should we do these? I'm kind of skeptical of doing these because they're so small, so I'm going to wait on that. I have another feather here. This one's a little smaller. But I do want to try this here, the honeycomb. I love this pattern. I think it'd be great. A great texture for the junk journal. Okay, so I'm going to move some of this stuff over. Do these in a minute. And what was I using? I was using a white one, right? Yeah. Just stamp it out. But first, what colors? For honeycomb, I think I'm going to use these 2. Just keep it real. Okay. So let's ink her up. Very cool. And while I was doing this, I'm thinking, if I were to come back in and fill in these white gaps or openings, I could even use like a darker color to give it even more contrast and make it a little grungier. But that's pretty good. Actually, it looks like wire. All right, here. Oops. Set this over here. Let's fix up this butterfly. Let's do that. I'm gonna add, what other color can we add in there to kind of funk it up a little bit more? Let's see, do we want to do a green? No. What if we just do this white? And it'll, I don't know, we'll see. Let's see how it goes. Where is my white sheet here? All right, so I'll try and get as many of these whiter areas as I can. And I know I'm just going to put white on it, but it'll be bright and it will show through. Some of the color, hopefully, from underneath will show through. So I'm just going to do this a little section at a time. Well, it kind of pulled the colors that were there, pulled them together, and it gives it a nice little sheen too. So it's not, it's more, what's the word, cohesive, I guess. All right, let's put some on this side, and maybe, does that need some there? No, I think just this side here. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's see. So we did our butterfly there. We did this feather in the platinum. Did a couple of leaves, which I really like how they turned out. And then we did the funky green feather. That's cool. I just love how it feels. And then we have our circles. These are, I guess they're nesting circles, right? So how does that go? And these I may come back later and fill in those gaps. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I won't. And then, oh, the honeycomb. We did that one too. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it at. And I hope you had a little fun with me today. I hope you had a good laugh. I will see you in the next video. I will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.